Welcome back to The Empowered Life. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you news and content that's empowering, encouraging and inspiring. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be advised of any new uploads. And if you like the content that I share, please hit the thumbs up button. So in today's video, I am going to be doing a book review on a book I read by somebody called Jim Rohn. Those of you who've come on my channel before may recognize the name. I did another book review on a book of his called 7 Strategies for Wealth and Success. I will leave a link at the top of this video, and it was because I bought that book and was so inspired by reading Jim Rohn's book that I decided to get this book, which is called Seasons of Life. I did have a little trouble trying to find this book, but I did manage to pick it up off eBay. Now his books don't seem to really be a lot in circulation anymore, and it was extremely hard to find, so I was really pleased to get my hands on this book. So in this book, Seasons of Life is a condensation of ideas and observations gained over 4 decades that attempt to place life, its events, purpose, opportunities and challenges into perspective. And Jim Rohn shares these observations of things that he has seen in other people's lives and also things he's learned from his life, and talks about it in a way that breaks it down into seasons. So seasons meaning spring, summer, autumn and winter. Besides talking about seasons, he also talks about the importance of our environment, the people that we surround ourselves with, and how learning and unlearning certain things within our life is essential to our progress. No matter the season, attitude is everything. It requires little else than a slowly deteriorating attitude about our present, our future and about ourselves. It is ironic that one of the few things in this life over which we have total control is our own attitudes, and yet most of us live our entire life behaving as though we have no control whatsoever. And basically what he's saying is by our own attitude that we will decide whether to be successful or to fail. So the springtime is about planting and doing. And he shares here the act of planting during the warm breezes of spring require that we exert the pain of discipline. And being unwilling to do so assures that in the coming fall we shall surely experience the greater pain of regret. The difference is that the pain of discipline weighs ounces and the pain of regret weighs tons. Now that is so true. How many times have all of us at some point not done something and then ended up regretting it, or seeing that we missed an opportunity? It is actually really painful. One of the things, as I talk about in other videos, is that discipline is key to doing a lot of things. It's very hard to do. To get that discipline to do the things, to be consistent in doing it as well, does take time. But in being disciplined, it does help you to focus. It does help you to get things done. I would rather have the pain of discipline rather than the pain of regret. The summertime is all about protecting what you've planted and tending to it and guarding it. And in terms of people, he talks about the weeds, people being the weeds that you have to guard against. So the weeds of life are designed to turn confidence into doubt, trust into suspicion, patience into impatience and effort into procrastination. Those are just some examples he shares of the weeds that we have to be mindful of in the summer season. Once we've done the planting and the doing of the spring, manage and guard our crop. He shares a beautiful quote by somebody called Lin Yatang, and it says, "I like spring but it is too young. I like summer but it is too proud. So I like best of all autumn, because its leaves are a little yellow, its tone mellower, its colours richer, and it's tinged a little sorrow. Its golden riches speak not of the importance of spring, nor of the power of summer, but of the mellowness and kingly wisdom of approaching age. It knows the limitations of life and is content." So fall, autumn, is about rejoicing, and it's during this time that Jim Rohn says that we will observe how long or short our winter will be. It is during this time that we will either have a bountiful crop, the efforts of our work, the things that we've done, reaping some success of that, or the barren of fall. An empty bank account is a sign of an ineffective past effort. It is a sign of a missed opportunity. It is a sign of too much procrastination or laziness. The winter season can come at any point in life, and the winter season can mean different things for different people. For some people, it might be that it is a time of rest, a time of reading, a time of recuperation. For other people, it might be a time of regret. It might be a time of misery. He also talks about winter as being a time where some people go through completely hard circumstances and hard challenges. In the last chapter of the book, he talks about defeat being the best beginning. When he talks about defeat being the best beginning, he's actually talking about a stage that many of us are in at this present moment in life. With the coronavirus pandemic going on, it is actually a time where people can feel really demotivated rather than motivated to do anything. And he says it's from this point that people either rise up or they sink down. I've been challenging myself every day to do something productive and progressive towards my future, whether that is in writing my book or in, continuing to develop my online courses. He says it's our responsibility what we choose to do with our time. As usual, when I read Jim Rohn's books, with a pencil, I'm underlining a lot of everything he says, to the point where I even think on most pages everything is actually underlined, because he says everything with such importance, and he's so clear at his point when he's getting across the importance of how the things that we do now will determine our future. The reason why I would take his advice over anybody else's advice is because when he was alive, he was very successful. When he was alive, he was a man that lived by what he preached. He was a man that did things with integrity and character. And what better person to learn from? So this book I found to be really encouraging and such a reminder of why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. It's not easy, it is very hard. It helped me to feel encouraged because we are in spring over here in the UK at the moment, and this is a time, as he says, to be planting and doing, and that is exactly what I'm doing. If you are somebody who wants to try and get into a rhythm of life, knowing what to do, when to do it, things that will help you to improve, things to do with mentally progressing to the next level, this book will definitely be for you. This book is very quick to read, and I enjoyed it, and I will definitely be reading it again. There's one more book by Jim Rohn that I want to get, and it is called The 5 Major Pieces to the Life Puzzle. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to pick that up. As I said, his books are very hard to find. If I do find a link for this book, I will leave it below in the description box.